Great game. Well, I'll tell you something. That was a very exciting contest. You guys agree with that, huh? That was a good one tonight. Well, Don, first shutout for you this season. A good one, too. It was in the playoffs here in front of the home crowd, and you had to do it in style tonight, too, didn't you? You were a little feisty out there, weren't you?
Well, you know, they've been running me and Ole, you know, in the first 3 games, and it always ended up that we were getting the penalties somehow, and tonight, you know, we got the good breaks instead of the bad breaks, and the guys, you know, you can't say enough for the guys. They played just excellent, and, you know, they made it easy for me there at the end. They were disciplined, and they didn't take penalties down in their end when Simon was hitting Bill Lindsay, and, you know, all the credit to those guys. I mean, they played just great, so.
Yeah, it was an excellent job tonight. Donnie, what kind of momentum now? That was a big turnaround. Of course, the Americans took it on the chin last night, but you knew your backs were up against the wall tonight. You knew you had to come out and play good hockey. You knew you had to come away with the 2 points with the victory. But with the big shutout like this, it really has the ball rolling now, doesn't it?
Well, you know, it sure helps anyways, but we gotta look at it realistically. The series is 3-1. We've had 3 really bad games and 1 real good one, and we have to go into Seattle and play in a very tough rink to play in. And you know, we gotta forget about the past, and we gotta look ahead. Just like 1 game doesn't make a season, 1 game doesn't make a playoffs either. So we gotta go out there, play hard, and in Seattle, and we have to really bear down and win.
What's the difference tonight? Now, you played in the games so far this series, and you probably would know what the difference was. Seattle taking a lot of outside perimeter shots tonight. They really didn't have the opportunity to get in and really take those close range shots like they've been doing in the 3 previous contests.
Yeah, that's for sure, you know, and like I said, all the credit to the defensemen and the forwards and stuff like that, that when you're getting shots like that, when I'm getting shots like that, the forwards are holding up their men, the defensemen are taking their men, and they're not letting them break around, and they're not backing into my crease, so it makes it a lot easier for me.
What was the call down there? It was a crease violation. One of the T-Birds was inside there when that puck went in for Seattle?
No, I'd froze the puck already.
Oh, it was already whistled down?
I think it was Kevin Malgunas or Stuart Malgunas. The puck had hit him in the chest, and it fell, and he turned around and shot, and it was in between my legs. But his stick was also there, and before he could break it loose, the whistle had gone. So the whistle had gone, and then the guy shot the puck in the net after the whistle. What's
this do now as far as you guys, the confidence is back once again? You're able to score over 2 goals in the game tonight. That's good.
Yeah,
that's real good. That's important, I guess. And the confidence now is that you could see that the guys on the rushes were going down there and they were breaking in. Transition game was all there. They were beating the defense back, and that's one thing that they have not been able to do in the last 3 games. And they were able to go in on Danny Lorenz and really throw some good shots. Those were quality shots in there on net on Danny tonight.
I thought Danny, you know, he had a super game. He had a couple rough goals there at the beginning, but I mean, if you guys, you know, a lot of you are probably in Seattle and you've seen some of the goals that they got, you know, it was just ridiculous. They were going off sticks and helmets and skates and everything. So, you know, it's good that we got the breaks this time and not them.
Is this your first career shutout?
Yeah, in the Western Hockey League.
All right, well, congratulations. Good one, too. You know, you got the good crowd in here tonight, and I imagine there's a couple questions probably out there that I'd like to ask you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Tom Lathan over here. And Tom, what do you think? Got a gentleman coming right up here now?
I want to know what Reber said to you after Goodall tore your helmet off and then stumbled and fell.
Well, it was kind of funny because he asked me a question and then started yelling at me. So he said to me, he says, what was going on here behind the play? And I said, well, never mind. He says, it's, you're pushing and shoving next time you're out of the game, he said. And I said, well, you're not going to listen to me, so I'm going to shut up, so.
Any other questions there, Tom?
I noticed the first person out to congratulate you tonight was Olaf Kolzig, who also got the game puck for you. And now, did you get any of those hats that were thrown out on the ice? Kind of your hat trick tonight.
Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, that was nice. Ole, too. You know, he's been on the other end of it. Unfortunately, when we weren't playing good, and You know, he had 2 great games up in Seattle, and he had no chance whatsoever. They were getting, like I said, goals off our defenseman's skates, and he was just, you know, he stood right in there for us. But unfortunately, you know, the forwards and the defensemen and the referee were not with us at those games. So,
Donnie, what's this do now as far as the 2 netminders for the Americans? You, Ole, what a combination to have. I mean, this is just super that you can come back here and have a nice shutout tonight, head up into Seattle. How do you think Coach is going to handle this?
I don't know, and, you know, I'd rather just wait around and see. I think it'll be, I think he could go either way with a great deal of confidence, or at least I hope he can, and I think that with the guys rolling now, I think it's not really gonna matter either way.
You're exactly right. We do have 2 great goaltenders for the Tri-City Americans. Donnie, want to let you go? Head on downstairs.
Thanks, Tony.
Donnie Blishen, great game tonight. Shutout. Tri-City Americans win it. And they now get their first playoff victory. They still trail the Seattle Thunderbirds 3-1. And we will take the timeout. We'll come right back. Again, the final score tonight. The Americans 4, Seattle nothing. Back right after that.